What's up, G-Show land, and welcome to another episode of the G-Show podcast. I am G1, and this is the Godzilla Block Party. We're rocking and rolling here on a Sunday, March 16th, a.k.a. 316, and Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. Godzilla 316, baby. Let's go. We're going. We're live. I don't care. We're going to have a good time. It's me. And it's my brother from the great state of the tri-state. Because I'm telling you, that's a thing. We got Shin Rob Jira here, a.k.a. Robbie Butterfuck over there.
My door just opened by itself, and it gave me a right spook.
Yeah, okay. And
fucking wind.
And
with that,
yeah.
I'm going to drink all the ghosts away.
It's time to get it cracking. Brother, how the hell are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantabulous. Safe for haunted door. I'm doing great. How about you?
Can't complain. It's been a fun 48 hours since the geek out, which, why did it go almost 4 hours?
Because you said, possibly jokingly, it won't go on for more than an hour.
Oh, God. I got to stop saying shit like that, really.
You do. You curse us. Like, it's immediate.
I got to stop that shit. It drives me up a fucking wall, man. Woo! Woo! But, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing today. All I know is we've got stuff to talk about. We've got Godzilla versus BIOLLANTE Criterion coming out this Tuesday. I want to ask, well, what's up with this Heisei era fucking box set from Criterion? Will we ever get to see that? Couple of dope ass figures down the pipe, but Jesus, the prices are steep as hell. And of course, it's GAMERA'S 60th anniversary, and there is some stuff to talk about. So, Rob, I'll ask you, where would you like to start? Would you like to start with the GAMERA 60th, or start with Godzilla's Criterion 4K coming out this week? And then just ping pong.
I think we should talk about GAMERA first, because Lord knows he's never put first.
He sure the hell ain't. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 60 years of the big cheese himself. He's not the biggest cheese, but he is cheese, all things considered. If you watch any of them Showa movies after GAMERA versus Baragon, it's pure cheese. Pure cheese. This is kind of crazy. I never thought I'd be sitting here saying, hey, well, obviously, but not like talking about it. Like, I never thought in a million years that one day I'm going to be sitting here and saying, holy crap, GAMERA turned 60 this year. And what does that mean for the fandom? That's it. That's a stacked, loaded question. What does it mean for the fandom? Right? Because there's a lot of things happening. Some of those things, let me just throw it up here in this random ass tweet we got. Now, I don't know where this is coming from.
I can tell you right now.
All right.
It is coming from an account, and I just lost it. Hold on. I have it. I have it on file. It is coming from an account by the name of @Gamera_info. And the official account providing information about the GAMERA's 60th anniversary project. So there's that.
What does that even mean? We are currently preparing a project that everyone can enjoy, so please look forward to the next update. Oh. What do they have in store for us when it comes to GAMERA?
A damn good question.
Yeah.
Well, realistically, I mean, there's another thing going on. I know we talked about it in the chat. I don't know if we talked about it here, but GAMERA Rebirth is essentially getting a second lease on life. It's actually going to be televised over in Japan, but instead of being 6 episodes, it's going to be 12 episodes. They've actually taken a knife to all the episodes, cut them up, and they're actually going in and retooling the lighting and some colors and some other things. So we have that. I mean, I don't know if we're technically ever going to get that, but That's something that's happening with Gamera. But as far as this project goes, realistically, you said it. I was thinking it. It's a good chance that it's just going to be a clip show celebrating everything that is and was Gamera. I want to hope that it's a trailer. I want to hope that it's an announcement. I want to hope that it ends with the year 2026 because Shin Gamera is happening or something.
10 years later, why not? Could you imagine that?
Bro,
Oh my
fan
God.
fucking tastic. And it's going to be Ano and Higuchi. They're going to make Gamera's eyes purple and the fandom's going to erupt.
That's it. Although I can totally see Gamera, if that's the case, in UFO form, just blasting lasers out left and right, not just from the floor, but like the entire shell just crackling open and boom, letting it rock.
That'd be wild.
Nuts.
It would be. I don't know if I need that though.
But yeah, man, I will take whatever, right? Because there's been an absence of Gams. Well, not Gams, Gamera.
Yeah.
Now, I loved Gamera Rebirth. I really did. I thought that was a fantastic show on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. And want to see more of that. So I wouldn't be opposed to something in that vein. I doubt that's going to happen. But
yeah,
a clip show, I can't be mad at. I just would love an announcement, not even a trailer, unless they've been working on something.
Which it could very well be.
But you don't think that might have leaked? That would have leaked? You don't.
That's the thing with Kadokawa. I mean, the biggest news to come out of them is that Sony might purchase them. Like, they're really, or not that. Well, yeah, it would be them. Or is it from? Okay, I have my streams crossed here. Ghostbusters reference. But I don't know. Gamera is kind of. Let's be honest. He's not as important or as in the public eye as that of Godzilla, as much as it sucks to say. So I don't know if something like that would have leaked. I don't know really much of anything. It's just Kadokawa does a little bit of everything. Games, anime, manga, everything under the sun. So it could just be they've got too much shit coming out and it got glossed over. Or it really is just that secret. Because I don't think I need to get into the conversation that Kadokawa basically inherited everything that Daiei did when they bought out Daiei. So they have Gamera, they have Daimajin, they have why?
Is it the Yokai Monsters?
Yes, the Yokai Monsters franchise. They have quite a bit. And not for nothing, Shusuke Kaneko, he did stroll on up to Kadokawa like, hey, can I make a Gamera movie? We're making an anime right now. Come back later. So that's what happened.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. You have the man who quite possibly made the greatest trilogy next to Star Wars. And they was like, we're doing anime?
Yeah.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
I wish I was. That was something that was toiling about around the time that Gamera Rebirth's marketing really started to rev up. Just Kaneko wished them well, and because he wants to see more of Gamera too. And here we are.
I tell you right now, could you imagine? What do you think? You think he would have done Gamera 4, or he would have rebooted the franchise like Gamera the Brave?
I think they would have done a reboot because technically there is a Gamera 4. Technically. But big technically. But after all this time, even though the availability of that of Gamera has very much skyrocketed thanks to Arrow Video, I do think it's been a while. It has been a while. And it already got a reboot after Gamera 3. So I think they would have started fresh. But with Kaneko at the helm, oh my God. Don't even get me started on the possibilities that they could fucking tackle. Because, oh God, I don't know if it was a fan thing or if it was an actual concept, but there was something skulking about for a while that would have shown GAMERA'S in, you know, in the Atlantean times where they were the Guardians and shit.
For everybody that always said they want to see like a prehistoric Godzilla movie, something like that, right? There's your answer.
Gamera Atlantis.
Gamera Atlantis. And you know what? Let's not fake the funk here either. You know, the Monsterverse kind of stole some themes from that.
Just a bit.
You know, so I mean, like, you gotta shout out that, you know, baby brother over here, you know, little brother, because honestly, you gotta, it is what it is. He is Godzilla's little brother. But you gotta
Absolutely.
be like, there were some things that have been incorporated into the Monsterverse, and I'm telling you right now, Legendary, just open up books, bro, please. Nah, let me stop being those crazy fanboys. Even though I would fucking love it, but
yeah,
yeah, I know. Real quick, Robert's up in here. What's up, bro, Jira? Long live Gamera. And yep, Rob Diggs Rebirth. Hopefully it's something more. A new film would be amazing. Absolutely. An announcement. Because I honestly, I find it hard in today's day and age to believe that if something was being made right now, it's so tight and under wraps. Like you said, it's not one of those things that's very important. It's important for the fandom, right?
Yeah, it's important for us, but outside.
But there are kaiju news outlets that there's no way this wouldn't have popped up on some of them sites I will not name because, you know, I just don't give a fuck about them. But something would have popped up on something. Kaiju News Network would have had something. Notice I used them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, it's possible. But Katakawa, they're weird. They're just weird. And it could very well be that something's in production. I think it's a split right down the middle, 50-50. Something's not happening, something's happening. With them, it's never like leaning into something else because, I mean, they've been teasing Gamera stuff for like not even teasing, but they've just been doing Gamera stuff. Gamera re-entered the Movie Monster series with some of the best Movie Monster series releases we've ever had.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They did the entirety of the Heisei trilogy, and then one Showa Gamera and Showa Gauss, which then they stopped because then they did Rebirth, and then after Rebirth we didn't get anything. But Bandai is still fucking about with Gamera because we got a reissue of 96 Gamera for SH Monster Arts that fixed up a couple of things, and they're doing a Mother Legion.
Yes, I saw that.
Which is probably going to be like 380, 400. So
we gotta talk about these prices later.
Yeah. So it's not like Gamera has been dead in the water. I mean, there's been releases, there's been things coming out, and again, we have the redistribution of Gamera Rebirth in its new format on TV. So Gamera, I mean, this is the most alive he's been since 2015.
2015, yeah. I'm about to say that because, my God, that proof of concept trailer in 2015 was one of the greatest things.
Yes.
It was, yeah, that's what we want to see. Brand new monster to fight, and Gamera just looking bad at Gauss doing a Gauss thing. Like, yes. And, you know, like, look, I'm a diehard, hardcore. My favorite Gamera movie outside the Heisei series is Gamera versus Baragon. I fucking love that movie. And I know what? I love that movie. I love that movie. Everything else is like, okay, I can like bits and pieces here. Maybe I like this one. Oh, I cannot stand that one at all. But Gamera versus Baragon, I put that up there with, you know, well, no, I will straight up. The way I enjoy that movie, I'll put that up there with a lot of Showa G. I would be like, oh, this This is better than anything that came in a later half, maybe except for Terror of Mechagodzilla. But for the most part, man, it's 60 years.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything meaningful since what? 2000, 2001? When did The Brave come out? 2002? I think 2002.
Gamera the Brave.
That's in that Arrow box set, right?
Yes, it most absolutely is. It's a part of the Heisei collection. Damn, they ain't giving me, bruh. No bullshit. Turtle Soup came up.
No shit. What?
God damn it. Okay. 2006.
What?
That shit came out in 2006. 2 years after Godzilla fucking bowed out and went sleepies. Wow.
Fuck. Wow. We are literally 20 years.
Yeah.
From almost 20 years from having a new Gamera movie. We've gotten
I need a drink.
2 brand new Godzilla movies, right? From Toho. Toho, we've gotten an entire brand new franchise from Legendary. I mean, granted, we did get the series. We did get the animated series.
Yeah, we did get Singular Point in the Polygon trilogy. So
no, I meant for Gamera.
We
did get that. But damn, just that in almost 20 years is there needs to be something. I mean, because look, I find it hard to believe that in Japan there's not a lot of Gamera fans.
You know? I see people skittering across my timeline, picking up new CCP Gamera stuff and just whatever's going. I mean, even on certain import shops, I see Gamera stuff popping up and selling out. So there's a market, clearly.
I want to know how, if there wasn't a market for Gamera, was there a trilogy back in the 90s? You know? Because look,
yeah,
I do like Gamera Guardian of the Universe. I do. It's, to me, the weakest one out of the bunch. But it's still good. It's still good. Like, I was totally surprised with it. There is cheese in it, yes.
Absolutely.
But it was Gamera 2, Advent of Legion, where I stood up and I said to myself, shit, this is the Empire Strikes Back of fucking kaiju movies.
Yeah. And the villain kaiju has drones that come to Earth, and what do they attack first? A factory full of beer.
Salute!
Salute!
316 says, I just drank your beer, son of a bitch.
I love it. Oh, that Kaneko. He knew.
He knew. He was way ahead of the time.
He definitely was. And I mean, that trilogy in and of itself was ahead of the time. And the fact that today that it's still revered so highly, so frequently as just some of the best tokusatsu, point blank period, done, put it to print. Because, I mean, you had Shinji Higuchi up in there as the special effects director. And look at where he is now. He's got a new movie coming out on Netflix if it hasn't already come out yet.
Was it called The Electric State?
No.
Sorry.
It's actually called Bullet Train, and it's a remake of the original Japanese film, not the one with Brad Pitt. Completely different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been hearing astronomically great things about it.
I'm checking that out.
Higuchi Cook.
Think about it, right? Like, a fucking revered, renowned, even to this day, that Arrow box set, thank God I got the fucking complete set. Because at first I was like, then I said, nah, pull the trigger. Do it. And thank God. Because shit, that shit right now can put my kid through college if she wanted to go. It's insane.
It is.
The fact that that trilogy from 95 to 99 is held in such high regard. It is a testament to what Gamera is, not could be, is, because it happened. And I'm not the biggest Gamera the Brave fan, but you know what? When it works, it really fucking works. I will never ever take away the special effects. Ever. That works. Works for me. Oh my god, I love it. Fucking what was it? Zetus? Zetus. That is a obviously it's a Godzillasaurus, right? But it's a badass monster. Like the design is dope. It looks like Godzilla. It's eating people. It gives zero fucks. Man, that's like, yo, that's one of the things in the 60 years of Gamera that Gamera never shies away from. Violence. Fucking gore. Right? Like, the Godzilla gore didn't come until the 70s. That shit was happening with Gamera. Gamera got impregnated, right? Like a monster impregnated Gamera. What are we doing here? What?
Gamera was spurting the fucking pea soup out of his legs and his neck before anybody else. So
seriously, like, dude, if we did a gore count between Showa Gamera and Showa Godzilla, Gamera wins hands down.
Yeah, like without a doubt. Even with all the blood he blooded in versus Gigan, Gamera would still come out on top.
And then, even though, you know, the epic gore in the Heisei series, right, would be Godzilla melting down. That's just, you know, that's just disturbing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yo, that Gamera trilogy, there was no joke. There was a lot of violence and blood. Green blood was spilled.
Yeah. And finding people's remains in Gauss poop, seeing people dude, Gamera, just Gamera. Like, bro, Karakawa, I'm telling you, you want to make waves with this? Announce a new Gamera movie and announce Suitimation for it. You're done.
Dawn, thank you for being here. Dawn, what's up, girl? Never seen Gamera, but I want to watch it. Where should I start? Honestly, Dawn, Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, the entire listing of Gamera, I don't know if the Brave is there. It should be, though.
It is.
All right. Every single, right? It should be. I don't know. I know the whole.
I know it's.
And Heisei is dead.
I know a good chunk of it is on Tubi.
Okay. So if you got Tubi, if you got Amazon and you don't want them ads, go to Amazon. I would start with the original 55 black and white. Fire. Easy. Ooh. The original black and white version, it's really good. Honestly, you know, he ain't even though he does see, that's another thing. Like, Gamera still, even though he was a monster, he was still saving children, even back in his inception.
Yep.
Something that has never ever went away. I respect that.
Absolutely. Even when it got grittier. When it got grittier, he was still saving kids.
Yes. Gamera 3, right? Revenge of Iris is, yo, Gamera is just killing everything. No, was it Gamera 3? It was Gamera 3, yeah. He still saved the kid. After the Gauss attack, he still saved the kid. Oh my god, it's insane. It's insane. As Robert comes in, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe is great too. Absolutely. So, Dawn, I would say hit Tubi. If you have Amazon Prime, hit Amazon Prime. Look up Gamera, watch him. The original 55, and watch Gamera versus Baragon. I kid you not. Then don't watch nothing else from the show era. Just bypass that, and then watch the Heisei trilogy from Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, Gamera 2, Advent of Legion, and Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris. And that's it. You can watch if they have it. I
mean, the original Gamera versus Gauss is still pretty fucking good.
It is good. I can't lie. It is good. You know what it is? It was the beginning of the cheese.
Mm.
And I was like, nah. Baragon done did it. Baragon was a serious movie. Like, the tonally is a serious movie, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. I mean, think about it. You got the fucking the thugs going to look for the fucking oh my god, the fucking giant stone. I forgot what they called it in the damn thing. But I'm like, yes. And then you know, they're fucking backstabbing each other. It's just so good. And then Baragon's kicking Gamera's ass, and well, dude, I love it. I love it. Plus, you know, rainbow horns.
Yeah.
Rainbow spines.
Killer Rainbow.
Killer Rainbow, freeze breath. I mean, Baragon was the fucking thing. Baragon was the thing. But you know what else news came out, Rob? Speaking of Rebirth. We got this. So there's a Gamera Rebirth prequel manga coming out for us. It's getting apparently it's out already in Japan, but we're getting an English release from Titan Manga. I'm ready. A prequel?
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna get? What are we getting?
Mm-hmm. Got me, buddy, but I'm their fucking release day. The minute that shit goes up for pre-order is done. It's done. Plus, I love Titan manga. They're great.
I'm not a big manga fan. I shouldn't say a big manga fan. I'm not a big manga reader.
Mm-hmm.
I have mine. I have whatever I have. I got a couple of like Cowboy Bebops, and then just like random shit like Star Wars, like the things like that. But I don't collect manga like that. I'm a comic head. But this, this is coming out. Like, and that's the thing. Like, where's the Godzilla stuff? There's plenty of Godzilla manga, and I'm like, I'd buy that.
Bro, I've been barking up that tree for fucking a decade plus now. There is so many Godzilla mangas that are their own thing, are movie tie-ins that are like alternate versions of the movies, this, that, the third. It's like Toho could release a Godzilla manga compendium. Multiple. And it's like, guys, you're missing out on money. This is history. It's never, I don't believe it's ever been officially localized for the US either. So it's like, the fuck are we doing? Yeah.
Because the little bits and pieces I've seen, I found online,
Yeah.
With a translation. But I want that in a collection. I want that on my shelf. I want to be like, yo, check this shit out. This is better than the Dark Horse stuff. This is better than what IDW has done, right? Even with the new Case I ever. But yeah, the fact that Gamera's doing it. See, it's shit like this though, Rob. That leads me to believe. Why can't we get something?
Well,
they're putting work in.
They are. And when they had the Gamera Rebirth premiere, it was at some con. An anime con, or maybe it was an SDCC. I don't know. The people that were working on it, or an English team that was working on it, somebody from Kadokawa, they were saying, hey, if this does well, we'll do another season and we'll do a movie. So they obviously believed in this series enough to the point where it's like, all right, well, we have plans. There's things we want to do. So it's not like ideas haven't been tossed around just going off of that.
Right.
Plus, getting a local... We're getting a localization of a manga that I think came out at this point 2 years ago in Japan for fucking Gamera, who hasn't had next to goddamn nothing since 2006 and 2015, not counting Rebirth, even though this is directly attached to it. That's huge. It is. It absolutely is. You can't tell me no fucking different, because that's them waking up, looking at what's going on and saying, let's pay for localization and printing and distribution and get this going. That, again, like you said, that tells me something. They're paying attention. They're listening. So
they might be cooking.
I think they might be cooking. Indeed.
I would love to be in that kitchen just smelling what's going on, and I don't want turtle soup, baby. I don't want turtle soup at all.
Nah, it's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. It is gross. You ever had frog legs? Oh my God, let's have Gamera fight a frog. Dude, it's right there. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we not doing?
One of my friends, Kyle, Kaiju Canuck, it's like, watch them announce a movie, but it's Yamazaki's Godzilla versus Gamera. I'm like, yeah. And they team up to fight Bagan in Cambodia.
Bro, listen.
I don't think we'll ever see that.
Listen, I don't think anybody would be mad at that.
No, I don't think anybody would say
the way
flat out they wouldn't see that.
The way Yamazaki brought the fandom kind of together with -1. There are detractors, but it's nothing the way it's been since, like, fucking, Final Wars and shit. Like, even Shin Godzilla, right? Like, there are huge people just beat each other up. But for the most part, -1 brought a fandom together.
It did.
You sit there, you go, oh shit. So, could you imagine if Yamazaki was doing GXG? Oh shit, son.
I mean, there are few ways to get people excited for an idea that many have just moved away from. But in a time where people are like, well, the only way to fix Gamera is to put him in the Monsterverse, pairing him with the guy that netted Godzilla and Oscar, on paper, it's not a bad idea.
It's not. What if, though? What if, hypothetically, they tapped him and say, yo, would you do it? Now, I would not, because if you got fucking Kaneko coming up to you and saying, yo, can I do another fucking movie? No, yeah, here you go. Whatever you want.
Just give him the damn money. That's at that point, it's just like, do whatever you want. We believe in you. You did it 3 times beforehand. Do it again.
Exactly. I'd be like, all right, listen, we about to sell to Sony or whoever. We're going to sell, and you gain half. And you gain half. Make the move.
That's what's the crazy implications of that, though. It's just like, okay, say a new movie does come out. Say it hits Japan and it's astronomical. It's huge. It's a big fucking deal. It's the biggest Gamera has ever been received in Japan. Gets a US release, does well. The implications of that is fucking nuts, because then it's like, oh, Kadakawa sees money. Kadakawa sees returns. What else could we possibly do? Daimajin. Another. And I don't want to hear no fucking lip from a goddamn anybody. Daimajin could work in modern day, even if you make it a period piece, which people love, because Godzilla -1 was a goddamn period piece. So don't fucking cross me with that dumb fucking argument.
And it
does.
No, I'm with you on that. I mean, Daimajin is just, it's a giant Frankenstein.
Yeah.
In a sense, and I mean, it's not
in a sense.
It's a golem. It's a golem. It's a golem.
It's the spirit of a god that possesses that of a statue that delivers justice unto all of those evildoers with terrible souls.
Make it happen. Didn't they do Daimajin in the last Yokai War thing, right?
Yeah, he popped up in Takashi Miike's Yokai War, the Great something or other. And it was a fire design, but nothing really came out of it. But even Takashi Miike is like, I want to do a Daimajin movie. And it's like, this is Takashi Miike. We're talking about a guy that is part of J-horror, like, fucking royalty. Like, why aren't you just letting him do what he wants?
That movie is not a part of the yokai stuff that Arrow put out, is it?
It's in the same series because... yeah, it's in the same series. It's practically like the same beat for beat, but I don't know if there's any connective tissue.
No.
I don't even.
Is it in that box set?
No. The movie that came before it, though, is. So it's literally everything up until that last film that came out.
Okay. Because I got that box set. I just never opened it. That's just terrible.
Dude, the first 3 movies are so fucking good. The second one's my goddamn favorite, but there's something beautiful about that because, yeah, it's based on folklore from Japan, but it's cleaned up in such a way where it's not all doom and gloom. There's fun to be had there because obviously it was, made for a bit of a younger crowd, right. But there's something to be done there because that's just Avengers for Japanese folklore. And it did something so cool and so awesome At that point in time, I would love it if that came back. Hands down.
Dope. Hi, well, look, I think we're all in agreement here. An announcement. Not a new animated series, not a short. No, we're producing a new movie, a new Gamera movie. I don't care if it's a sequel to Gamera the Brave. I mean, I do actually, but I don't. As long as you announce something that I could go and see, I am so ready for it because honestly, because of that Heisei trilogy, Gamera deserves so much more.
I agree.
Much more.
Would you like really, really want Kaneko to come back, or would you like somebody else?
Yo, I just want Gamera.
Okay, so it don't matter who's directing, you're hyped no matter what.
Yo, you could tell me legit, like you said before, Ano could be coming in and doing Shin Gamera. I'm there.
All right.
I am there.
Salud.
I want that. Salud. Break the glass, Austin. Every time we cheers, ladies and gentlemen, because it is March 16th, Austin 316 says, I just drank your beer. All right.
Goddamn right.
Well, from the giant turtle who loves ninjas to quite possibly one of the best Godzilla 4K releases to come out. Tuesday, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday, baby. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? I still hate this cover. Oh, God. I still hate this cover. I think this cover it's not terrible, but it is. Oh, now that I look at this shit, wait a minute. What the fuck? Why does the right side of Biolante's tentacle thing look like it got an eye? Why does that look like something from fucking Willow at the end of Willow? Am I lying? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do. It's it's very fleshy and sinewy. It's different.
God,
Biollante the fungus.
I hate this cover. I just don't understand why they didn't use the original beautiful fucking box art cover for Godzilla vs. Biollante. Just do it. What's wrong with that? Fuck.
When dealing with Toho, it's either they weren't allowed to, it was too fucking expensive, or they weren't allowed to.
Okay.
I don't think Criterion would be against having classical posters for that of Godzilla as like cover art. But then again, we got the Showa era box set and barely any Showa era art in it. So
which is hysterical. Well, I mean,
you got to look at it this way. The most recognizable version of Godzilla, especially at that point in time, was the Heisei Godzilla.
It is.
It's on the cover, and it's like, that's going to grab people. And I know people that are like, fuck, I grabbed that because that's the Godzilla I know. And it's like, it worked. It did what it was supposed to.
But this doesn't look like that. This looks like I'm not trying to bash IDW, but this looks like a really bad IDW issue. This looks like a bad IDW cover. Godzilla versus BIOLLANTE. Oh no. Oh God, Godzilla rivals BIOLLANTE. And I'm like, oh God, no.
See, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but Noriyoshi, like we were spoiled with that artwork.
And you know what's crazy? Eric Powell did this. Eric Powell did The Goon. And The Goon is a good fucking art book, bro. It's good. But it works because it's what it is. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. It could have worked. Because you know what? Outside the tendrils, BIOLLANTE looks cool as fuck. But I'm not feeling this Godzilla here. I'm just not. I think maybe a different pose. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Looks like 90s toy box art Godzilla.
It really is. It really is. But what do you think, bro? This is dropping Tuesday.
Indeed it is. And I don't know, from the screenshots that are making their way out, from some human being that was able to get this early and got to view it and all this other stuff. It looks like a pretty great looking digital restoration of the movie. I mean, not going to know until we have it in hand, but I mean, it's exciting just because for the longest time, it's like, oh, you think Criterion's going to do the Heisei era next? Nah, no way. Sony and their fucking greed, I doubt it, but here we are, proving that wrong. And I think it's more so the idea that's extremely exciting, just because Godzilla, in terms of physical media and everything, is going to finally be under one roof.
Yes.
We're not going to have this Kraken media blasters, or anything like that, putting something out that's going to go out of print 6 months later, and then you don't see it in stores anymore. And then when you find it on digital storefronts, it's like $800. It's a good feeling to know that Godzilla is going to have a home at Criterion, because if it was anybody other than Criterion, I would have wanted it to be Arrow.
Of course. Absolutely.
Also because Arrow does the double-sided box arts, and they definitely would have included an original poster for the box art. So cheers, Arrow. Love you. Hit me up.
Yeah, that Arrow Gamera set. And I'll tell you again, so happy I bit the bullet on that one, because that thing sold out fast. I didn't think it would, but it did. And then the single series sets, sure, why not? Go for broke.
I think putting the word complete on there definitely attracted a lot of people, because it's a whole series of fucking movies, and it's like, God, when does that happen for Tokusatsu?
Yeah, but it's funny because before that release came out, I forgot who did it, but there was a 2-set Gamera. Was it Mills Creek?
I think it was Mill Creek. Yeah.
All right. I think it was Mills Creek. And that set was dope. The set was dope. It was dark. It was gritty. Even the show, I was like, oh, I got that shit for Christmas, man. I was like, this is dope. I gave it to my brother when I got the Arrow set. I was like, hey, here you go. Now you got all the good Gamera movies. All of them. Mm-hmm. All of them.
But that complete Gamera set, like, extra got me beyond just having all the movies and lots of special features. It got me with that complete comic collection too.
Mm-hmm. The original comic that comes with it.
Mm-hmm. And I believe, what was it, Matt Frank's Dojin of it as well.
Yep. It's a very great set. Honestly, that is again, just happy I was able to nab that, because I said you have to. But all right, since Godzilla vs. BIOLLANTE is dropping on 4K this Tuesday from Criterion, why can't we believe that we can't get a Heisei box set? Because honestly, and I get, all right, maybe it's a box set. This is what I would probably do if Criterion is listening. They're not. But why not bundle the Heisei and Millennial era? Right? Why not bundle it?
Agree. It's going to be expensive as shit. But I'd buy it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Personally, I would like all of the eras to be separate.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can get this cool fucking, different look. Granted, the Showa era, the cover for that set is Heisei Godzilla. Hey, why not?
Mm.
But why start with BIOLLANTE when you got Return of Godzilla on your channel right now?
You know why.
I know why.
I know why.
And I'm going to say, because the possibility of us getting a Godzilla 1985, the movie that my mommy didn't take me to see. Crying like a little baby dog. Oh, Ma, please. Ma, 6-year-old G1. Ma, please. We're going home, Ma. Please, Ma's right here. We're in the movie, Ma. Ma, the movie's right here, Ma. Get your ass on the bus, Ma. Had to wait for that shit to come on video. You know what? You know what kills me? You know what really kills me? I'm gonna just say this. You know what kills me? Could you imagine back in the day, this movie come out, right? I'm screaming, crying. I want to see it. My mom slapped me upside the head because I'm embarrassing her in front of fucking downtown Brooklyn, Fuller Street. You know what I'm saying? In front of the Metropolitan movie theater. She's embarrassed. She's smacking me up. We got to get on the fucking bus. We got to go home. I just want to see the movie. And then cut to today, where I find out a movie that came out fucking the beginning of the month. Next week is coming to streaming. Mickey 17. Could you imagine if we would have gotten that for Godzilla 1985? I wouldn't have cried so much. I wouldn't have cried so hard. My mom could have slapped me upside the head and said, listen, little kid, you little punk ass, the movie coming out next week on TV. Okay, Mom. Okay. That's how it would have been. No. But no, I had to wait a fucking year. A fucking year for that fucking video, the VHS to drop. Come on, man. I'm sad, Mom. I love you, but that shit killed me, Mom. I just wanted to see Godzilla 1985 in the movie theaters, Mom. Why?
So, for anybody watching, as to, you know, the reference to you know why, it's simply just that you look at everything that Criterion has done, and it's like, why wouldn't they be the people to try and possibly acquire that of Godzilla 1985? Because that's the only reason why they wouldn't start with 84. Because they want to do the bundle. Because Criterion is all about preservation. And whether you like 85 or not, it's still a part of the franchise history. And whether you like it or not, Raymond Burr saved that movie from being an absolute fucking joke fest.
Yep.
So there's an importance to it. And I really like looking at Criterion from the day they started to today. That feels like a move they would do. They were patient, they laid in wait, and they got it from Sony. They got a whole bunch from fucking Sony. Some I think we're still going to have to wait a little bit for, but
like what? What do you think? Millennium?
I think there's some Millennium era films that they don't have yet. I mean, we're never going to get the US cut from Criterion because Sony just owns that.
Okay, for 2000?
Yeah, but we will get 2000 4K from them, Blu-ray, the whole 9 yards. We will get, like, eventually everything. It's just, I think there's a few things that are still technically under Sony. Just a few, though. Just a few. Just a little bit.
What if Criterion grabbed and nabbed 98?
I'd be perfectly fucking fine with that because I own it on VHS, I own it on DVD, I own it on Blu-ray, I own it on HD whatever fucking video, I own it on 4K. I wouldn't have a fucking problem with that because, again, whether you like the movie or not, it's still a pivotal part of the franchise's history. And without 98, we likely would have never gotten the Millennium era in its current status.
Dude, we would never have gotten that fucking era if it wasn't for 98. Toho said, wait a minute. We fucked up. We fucked up.
I can't say nothing because I don't have my facts straight, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway.
We'll talk about that later. But no, I mean,
later.
It's here. I mean, granted, we are missing we're missing Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla Destroyer out of this lineup that's available for streaming right now. But good God Almighty, come on! Like, if you're talking about fucking preservation of fucking film history, this is it. This kind of makes me mad that Criterion hasn't dropped a Toho Tokusatsu Kaiju box set.
Yeah, because they have Rodan. I'm pretty sure they have the Gargantuas as well.
They do. It's there. They do.
Yeah.
They got Dagora. They got fucking the one from Magara. Like, they got these movies. They got Gorath. Could we just get it together? Put it on a fucking set? Like, I don't care.
I'm just going to blame Toho. I'm just gonna blame Toho.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But you would think that at this point in time, a lot of those executives at Toho have either A, aged out, or B, died.
Bro, that shit's like, not to be insensitive, but the ignorance of Toho seems to be a pandemic because it just feels like nothing is fucking like, yeah, they're easing up now. And, you know, granted, they're giving us shit that we've been asking for a very long time. But still, like, in the back of my mind, it's like, you guys really don't believe in this, do you? It's like, you guys really don't know that people across the fucking world and beyond, like, love and watch your films on shitty fucking DVDs that are like 12 years old that aren't great transfers to begin with. It's like, I understand you don't want to spend money, but if you want to make money, you got to spend it. And not for nothing, Toho, you're making money off the Monsterverse and you ain't doing jack diddly fuck. You're just sitting back. You're doing your own thing. It's like, sometimes it's like, I get it. You're weary. You're a little, I get it. But, bro, it's time to unzip the fly and flop dick on significant dong on the dinner table because, bro, you have a market, you have fans, and I guarantee you it might not sell out in minutes, it might not sell out in a month, but it's going to sell.
Yeah. Listen.
Always.
Can I please just get, I don't even care if it's a 4K, can I just get a Blu-ray of Varon the Unbelievable? And I don't want, you know what? Put that one on there. Just give me Baron. Just give me the original Baradicki. That's all I want. I fucking love that movie. I love that movie. Put it on that set with the Mysterians. Put that on the set with the Gora. Put it on the set with Water fucking Gargantuous. Rotated Frankenstein. Frankenstein fucking wild. It's not hard. It is hard, I guess. But it pisses me off because I want them, man. I fucking want them.
I do too, because there's shit from Toho's library that I just haven't seen. There's shit that I would just love to own physically. And I don't want to buy a fan repro. I want something that's official.
And that's the problem because I'm over here like, since we ain't got it, I would go and buy these fan reproductions. You know what I mean? Like, and I got, dude, I got that shit tabbed on my computer. I got that shit, saved on my phone on my fucking like home screen. Like, I just press the button if I'm really fiending, and I get my fix. But it's like, dude, I want that official shit now because we're living in an age of official shit now.
Yes.
Tuesday is going to be absolute proof that the Heisei series is coming to Criterion on Blu-ray, on 4K. There's other movies, better movies like Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Why are we doing? What are we doing? Sorry, just did that on purpose.
You know what, Ray?
Poking bear.
Today.
Oh, look at the guy.
You can take it. You can take it. You can take it.
Right,
God, buddy?
Right? Jesus. Yeah, that's such a beautiful boy you got there, Rob. I tell you, that makes me so sad. But the great state of the tri-state.
He stinks like vinyl. I love him.
Is that not the best smell, though?
No, it absolutely is. And my God, would you just look at those tits? Jesus Christ. Bandai of today could never. Oh!
I don't know, man. I hope that we get this Criterion set. I really do hope we get the double feature of 84, 85. And honestly, shit, if Criterion can, it's 20 fucking years this year, bro. It's a millennial, and give me Final Wars. 4K Final Wars. Fucking preservation.
I just want Shin Godzilla under Criterion. Living a life where it's still technically, I believe, under Sony is just dreadful because they've literally reissued it once and that was it.
So does it take like an X amount of years, or it doesn't matter? Because like for instance, I look at like film preservation, right? The Showa era makes so much sense for them to jump on. It's been 40 fucking plus years, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get these things. Let's remaster. Let's fucking upscale them. Let's fucking do them justice. And now we're at this point where, I mean, fucking Return of Godzilla is 40 years old. Godzilla 1985 is 40 this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So
that's even more why I think Criterion's trying to nab that, because Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, because what are they doing? You know, the people that own it, fuck nothing.
The multiples of people that own it across multiple different companies and rights holders because of music and then some. Who knows what the fuck they're doing? Who knows if they're alive? Who knows if their fucking company is even still a company?
This is why Microsoft goes out and buys everything. Stupid shit like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can't do that? We'll just buy you. All right, now we can. And it's fucking crazy. That's why Disney does it.
Yeah.
That's why Disney does it. Oh,
Yeah.
right. We can't use Daredevil, Ghost Rider, whatever for another X amount of. All right, we'll just buy Fox. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
What?
Mine.
So, Jesus, it drives me crazy. Look, we got two versions of King Kong versus Godzilla on that show set.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought that was ever going to happen.
No. And Criterion were sneaky about it, and I appreciate that.
So let's be sneaky about movies that are not as inundated, if you will.
Mm.
You know, say what you want about King Kong versus Godzilla, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that is a very important movie because it's East versus West.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what inspired Godzilla versus Godzilla?
Exactly.
Huge.
Oh my God. I can't wait for us to be talking about this in the next 20 years when we're like Criterion is doing a legendary set. What?
I mean, crazier things have happened, I guess.
See, but I don't think Legendary would be opposed to something like that. You know what I mean?
Definitely not. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to save that.
Hold on to that. All right. Look, I'm hoping that we get a Heisei box set. I'm hoping we get a Millennial box set. If we do you think if we get a Millennial box set? Oh, well, you said Sony is holding on to those Shin Godzilla rights. For now, yeah. Because -1 can't be touched right now, right?
No, because Toho did it themselves.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I know that there was maybe a couple like additions, not like, you know, anything crazy that might have been done by other people, but Toho did it themselves.
Okay.
Which, who knows? Maybe that saved them money or not. I don't fucking know. But yeah, -1 is going to remain as it is. Like at this point, it's just the rest of the Millennium era and then the Japanese cut of Shin Godzilla. Because I don't think, not that we're missing out on anything with that dub of Shin Godzilla, because it was dog-ass terrible. But I think it's going to be another year or two for Shin Godzilla. And I hope they do eventually pack that up. And I hope somebody, doesn't even need Tyrion, I hope somebody can get that Polygon trilogy on disc officially for me to purchase, because again, like it or hate it, still part of history. Godzilla's first technical anime soiree.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about it's time to talk about toys.
Great. Yes.
No figures, but what cost? What cost? Listen, I know this is like this is not a political thing here, but the tariffs do come into play when we talk about collecting. We have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk about it. What is going on. Now, I put this figure up here because this figure to me is like fucking fire. It's so good. It's so good. I love it.
And how much is it?
$370. And I love it. And I fucking love it. But I also love living where I live in my house. I also love having money in my bank. And when I look at that right now, even though I get paid so the bills on top of bills that you got to pay, I look at this thing and I go, I can't even do a payment plan for this guy. I mean, I could, but I don't want to, you know? This thing is fantastic. And this is not the only one. They also have the Odo Island Godzillasaurus in the fire that is just as expensive. And I sit here and I go, what the fuck? Why? I mean, I understand why. I mean, look at the detail of this thing, right? And this is when he, you know, does the atomic blast underwater against the fucking ship and then comes out and he's all scorched. Never thought I would have seen anything like this done. Even though it should have been in my head, like, they're going to do something like this. But I mean, good God almighty, $370, is it worth it?
I wouldn't pay that for Shin Godzilla.
Shit.
No. Like, there's been multiple things that I've denied of, like, my favorite Godzilla incarnations because it's just like I can't justify. Like, I do self-sustained with my YouTube channel. So everything I make in a month goes directly into purchases, and if I have anything left over, you know, it'll help me with my bills or my rent, anything like that. Something like this is like, it's well above like my YouTube pay grade because not that I don't make that, but it's like I can't justify it, and I know for a fact that I'm not going to make that back on a video. As beautiful and as epic it would be. And it's a shame because it's not really just with tariffs, because I have a feeling this thing would just be expensive regardless.
Okay. Because
it's a beautiful piece. It is meticulously detailed. There are very obviously different things going on in different places. I mean, we have attached smoke effects at his tits and everything. You know, you got to pay, like, figure making in and of itself, especially if it's done in Japan and like production is out in China, it's an expensive fucking thing. We do not live in the day where Bandai makes 8-inch figures that sell for like $15 in Japan that look like they could be little mini X pluses. We don't exist in those days no more. So it's more than tariffs. Well, it's actually all directly towards tariffs, but material costs, everything builds up because everything that goes into making a figure costs money. Painting, assembly, boxing, tooling, the whole 9 yards. It's a big fucking bill. And I think a lot of people don't realize just how tall of an order that is. You know, we have lines like SH Monster Arts where people are like, Bandai, X Plus, all this, they hate collectors because they charge so much. It's like, no, they don't hate collectors, because do you really think a company that wants to make money wants to make something that's going to be outside of many people's fucking price range? No. Positively not. So it's an unfortunate effect of the times, because if it's not tariffs, it's material costs. If it's not that, it's paint costs. If it's not that, it's, you know, the factories where these things are made, it's prices going up there too. You know, what is it? Minimum wage, I think, at like McDonald's or something is like $20, something like that. Which, goddamn.
Wait, what?
But, yeah, something maybe like 15, 18.
Yeah, I think it's about 15. I can ask.
Now, you take a look at something like that in China where they're clearly not making that much, but, you know, where things go up, other things go down. And it's just an unfortunate after effect. Because something like this is a beautiful fucking piece. I would go fucking cross-eyed and my balls would fall off my body if I looked you dead in the eye right now, G1, and said, this thing looks like shit. Because that'd be the biggest lie I'd tell. Because this thing is beautiful. And I would love nothing more than to own it, but that price.
Yeah. That's
unjustifiable.
That's driving me crazy, man. Because I'm like, I could stow away something for it, but damn it, do I want to? I want to get bills down. I got Christmas. I got Christmas, an anniversary, and a birthday back to back to back. Drives me crazy. Literally, I'm fucking broke when it comes to the end of the year. That's why I hate Christmas so much. That's why I hate Christmas, because I can't hate my wife and I can't hate my kid, right? Because it's just circumstance. Yes. But Christmas, I can fucking hate Christmas. Unless I got that for Christmas. If I got that for Christmas, I wouldn't hate Christmas. But the bills that accumulate, and it's like, I can't get you. What can I get? Then you look at the outside market, right? Mm-hmm. You look at what fucking Super 7 right now is doing with Batra and Mothra, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, mm-hmm. That's dope. I can get that, right? And you know me, I'm a reaction fucking fanatic, and the blind boxes are making me crazy. But at the same time, they got this dope ass, -1 blind box set, and it's just like, do you splooge 180 to get everything just so you can have that one exclusive chase that's in that box set?
2.
Oh, there's 2 exclusive chases. See what I'm saying? So I'm like, do I blow 180 for 2 7-inch figures? And then where do I resell those things? Because I'm not gonna keep all of it, right?
Right here, buddy.
You also got to find out which ones are the exclusives, because I don't want to open up all the fucking boxes. You know what I mean?
You could sell them to me blind, and I'd be fine with it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I love that these other parties are doing these figures, man. To me, right now, Super 7 is my favorite thing. Higher, though. Y'all know what I mean. I think we talked about this last time we did a block party, or even fucking last week. I don't remember. But with the toy thing, that fucking Mecha King Ghidorah from High Up, man. I had to show my wife. I had to show my wife. I said, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are a couple of things I need in life, and this is one of them. So why? Don't you ask me why. Just know that I need.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. It's happening.
That
thing is happening. But like Super 7 is more I'm not gonna say reliable. I'm gonna say it's more consistent in the times they come out. Something drops. Like, for instance, I think it was wave 6 of the reaction line, right? That dropped. I got -1. I got 89 Godzilla. I got Mecha Godzilla 93. Once that dropped, I ordered it. I had it 3 days later. I'm like, oh shit! Love Super 7 for that. That's one of the things I do love Super 7 about. They did the same thing with the fucking with the Ultimates. That Trendmaster color Space Godzilla came out. I'm sorry, poster color. Poster. Man, that shit was Trendmasters through and through. I still have that original fucking 6-inch, 5-inch figure with the red button in the middle. Bro, when that dropped, I said, oh, it's automatic. Bought it. 3 days later, it's at my house. I said, what the fuck? I live in Vegas. The Super 7 stores there's one in San Diego. I think it's only in San Diego. It might be one in San Francisco. I don't know. But I'm about to drive to San Diego just to kiss these dudes. Like, hey, mwah, I love you. Mwah, I love you. Mwah, I love you. I love you. It's shit like that, like, man, it amps me up. And why doesn't Super 7 have a Gamera line, Rob? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, from the outside looking in, you own a business, and your business isn't the size of that of Bandai or whatever have you. So clearly, you're going to attain and get rights to things that you know are going to sell. Now, as for right now, Super 7 might not have the license. But if a movie comes out, and if that movie just so happens to be a huge success, who's to say that it couldn't be possible?
You know, it kills me. I look at something like Playmates, right?
Yeah.
Right now, Playmates fucking cooks with the legendary shit, right? Like, I've always looked at, dude, I own Playmates figures. I have got a maroon leather suitcase full of original Playmates Ninja Turtle figures. It's bad. It's bad. The shit is like the shit peeling everything. It's old. This shit is from the fucking late 80s. Legit old. But I look at what Playmates is doing now with the fucking legendary stuff. And I'm like, yo, this is budgeted goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm legit blown away by some of the details on some of these figures. I look at fucking Tiamat and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How? And you charging me how much for this thing? I give you $20, $40 fucking dollars more. Shit like that, right?
Yes. And
I'm like, okay. And that's Playmates. Why can't Playmates make Gamera figures? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
It's unfortunately the same answer.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's the same reason. It's the same reason why Playmates won't ever do fucking Mars Attacks. It's the same reason why Playmates will never do Ghost in the Shell. It's the same reason why Playmates will never do something Warhammer related.
Well, I mean, Mars Attacks. Super 7 has done some Mars Attack stuff.
And let me tell you, them things are fucking gorgeous.
They are.
PP half chub, no, like quarter weight chub, because those things are fucking fantastic. And, you know, I grew up in the era where the movie was coming out and you had movie figures and comic figures coming out of Trendmasters at the same fucking time. So, yeah, I got to get me one of them fucking Mars Attacks Ultimates. I got to stop sleeping because I love Mars Attacks. But, again, it's all about, is this going to sell? Are we going to recoup? Nostalgia sells, but people need to actually have nostalgia for these things. And it's the same reason why Playmates will never in their fucking days make a Gamera figure. It's the same reason why we're probably never going to get an Ultimates Gamera figure from Super 7. Like, we'll buy it. But are we the major market? No. The major market are the people that aren't as in tuned with the IP that are going to see that and think, fuck, I need that.
Oh man, hold up. See, now you said another big G, even though I don't count him as a big G, he's a small G. But you're telling me that, and I understand as far as an ultimate goes, yeah, no way. But you're telling me that a reaction line Gamera would not sell? I mean, like, dude, they're making. Oh man,
I don't know.
Man,
I think if Super 7 were like, whenever they get to that point, they're, I don't know, probably going to toss it into maybe a blind box.
Ooh, okay, all right. Yeah. Fuck, see, and that's
the best of both worlds.
I bet that's a chase. Guarantee it. It's a chase.
It could be. I mean, it seems like for the most part, when it comes to chases from that of Super 7, they're just like wild recolors. And what is it? Kaiju Canuck just did a interview with Brian Flynn, who's the head honcho over at Super 7. And it's not like he's not aware of certain things, but his insight into all of this is very telling of like how things work and how things go. So the idea of Gamera not getting a carded release but a blind box release, I think is pretty high. I really do think is pretty high. And I feel like we're going to get a lot of those deeper Showa era cuts like in blind boxes because it's the best of both worlds. You are putting a product out that everybody can purchase, and whether people like the figure they get or not, money is still going to be made.
And they know with the blind boxes, depending on the chase, people like me are gonna spend the 180, which takes away from the 370 of this beautiful fucking -1 figure. Oh man, when I tell you it's genius fucking strategy, it is. It's George Lucas saying you can have all the rights to the movies. I just want the toy rights.
The man knew what he was fucking doing.
He knew what he was doing, and we seen what happened there.
Oh yeah, my God! Even to this day,
to this day. People might think that Disney gave him $4 billion for Star Wars. That motherfucker already had $4 billion from Star Wars because he had the toys.
He donated all that money he made off of that off to like the charity too. So it's like chump change to him, which is crazy to think about.
That's why he's the god, man. That's why he's the god. I swear to God, he's the god.
He's one of the goats, bro. He's one of the very many goats. All time.
Zachary Brown comes in. I want Godzilla and Gamera. Same.
Facts. Like, yeah, looking at it from a cold, hard business fact, yeah, definitely not. But deep in my soul, yeah, I want Gamera reactions.
Let me ask you a question, Rob. Why is it that Tamashi Monster Arts makes Gamera figures, but NECA never really fucked with it?
Because do I be a mean motherfucker, or do I just say it nicely?
I don't. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I just want everybody to know I'm just asking this question. There is no, I want to know personally, is a question I want to know. And I know that Rob knows the figures because, Rob is that toy guy.
Famously known. So it's the same answer. Once again, it's just really not having faith in an IP and not thinking that it's going to make back the money that it takes to make it. And unfortunately, when it comes to somebody like NECA, we saw quite a lot of that happening very fucking frequently. But if I wanted to be a fucking cockhead about it, I would just simply quote what their CEO and head maestro said with something like doing more Toho Godzilla figures that weren't Godzilla. It's not financially viable.
That's
Randy.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. And as much as I hate that argument, I can kind of understand why. Because yes, even back in the fucking cowboy days of the Monsterverse and shit, yes, we were paying $25 to, $30 possibly for a NECA Godzilla figure. Yeah, we were living it up. But I kind of understand why they never really pulled the trigger on King Ghidorah. I still think it's fucking stupid amongst all things because that shit would have sell. That shit would have sold, I should say. But it's a gamble, especially nowadays when material costs are so high, tariffs, the whole 9 yards. It is a gamble. But it all depends on IP relevance, and it really does depend on how much can we make and how much should we spend.
Gotcha. Rob comes in and says, yeah, poor NECA, those figures weren't bad, but we needed other kaiju other than the Monsterverse crew. Listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Everybody out there right now in G-Show land who doesn't, Rob knows this. I don't like the NECA stuff. Not a fan. Was not a fan of the NECA stuff. literally, I was kind of like, not my style. And you know, I think that's because I didn't like the GMK NECA Godzilla. Like, I did not like that. Like, I hated it. Like, to be honest, like, I really did not like it.
I begrudgingly said I liked it in my original review, which is no longer public, but I mean, that was my first GMK figure. So imagine my upset when one of my favorite incarnations got turned into a posable figure that I could afford at the time.
You couldn't pose him.
You couldn't pose him. He had pink lower jaw, pink claws, pink toes because they weren't fully fucking painted for whatever goddamn reason. You had to wait however many months for the Atomic Blast reissue that fucking fixed it. There was a lot of great things about NECA. I'll never deny that because it gave me my first 84, 85. It gave me quite a lot. And I will never, ever, ever, ever say that I didn't appreciate what I was getting. But at the same time, you know, looking back, I know deep down that we could have been getting more. And I feel a lot of that is just due to ignorance.
Robert comes in and says, in my opinion, the only one that was truly horrendous was that original 84.
Yeah, I mean, they fixed him up pretty decently for the reissue, but he still had cowboy legs.
Zachary comes in. I want more Gamera, please, please. Zach, we're with you, brother. We're with you. We want more Gamera too. I don't care if it's in movie form, toy form. Speaking of toy form, this is what I'm talking about. Why can't somebody come in and just do this? I mean, look. Why can't we get this? Now, there's one person missing here. I have that Gauss. I have that Virus. And I've got Baragon. Baragon's not there. But I have these somewhere. This is what I'm talking about. Could we get these? Could somebody go out and make these Super 7?
You know the answer.
No, I don't want to know the answer. I want to know that we can do it. I want to know that we can do it.
Gamera needs a movie, bro. I'm telling you. Gamera
Oh.
needs something that's putting him in the public eye that can justify, because I'm telling you, there's a reason why Bandai and CCP, God bless CCP, because they're making Gamera figures right now. But there's a reason why Bandai has kind of been like the only people to really be doing shit. I know X Plus is still putting stuff out. I know, again, CCP, they are doing the Lord's motherfucking work, and I know once they get the show, it's only going to get better. But unfortunately, it really is just like the business aspect of all of it. And, you know, that would be like Super 7 wanting to do Nickelodeon Doug Ultimates in the modern day.
That's fucked up. I happen to like Doug.
Listen, I love Nickelodeon Doug.
They should do Bobby's World. Where the fuck are the Bobby's World toys? I always told my brother he looked just like Bobby when he was a kid.
I think I felt. My family called me Bobby.
But I mean, look at these things, man. Where the fuck did they get the idea that this would be marketable back then?
Because Godzilla.
Godzilla what, though? Was it 98?
No.
That's my point. There was no Godzilla toys on the fucking market like that.
Yeah, there were. What are you talking about? This is from Trendmasters.
All right, the Trendmasters. Right. Okay, yeah. All right, my bad. You're right. Right.
This is Trendmasters in the 90s.
But Gamera is not that name like we were talking about earlier today. Why would they do this? And that's my point. If they did it then, then the people who bought these and the people like us, right? Because we would have bought these regardless. But the people who bought these thinking, oh, Godzilla, maybe this is the same thing. Now they have to know. They have to know. So, I mean, for the love of God, I'm not asking for an ultimate line. Although I swear to God, I'm looking at a couple of these things. Give me some ultimates. But a reaction? Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
And I'm just saying that because I'm a Super 7 fanboy. I mark out for Super 7. I'm just using them as the basis. Like, I mean, Playmates could do it, right?
Playmates could do it on the cheap.
And they could do it on the cheap. And I think they would still look as good as these. Maybe some of the paint details, like if you look at Giron up top, there's some cool paint details. Fuck, even Jiga got some cool paint details. But I'm a mark for Super 7. That's the only reason why I'm using them, because I love their reaction line. It's not just the Godzilla stuff, but it is majority that. I love their Transformers shit. I love their Ninja Turtle shit. I love the fact that they're doing Return of the Living Dead shit. I love their Universal Monster shit, because I've got all the fucking Creature from the Black Lagoons, all 3 movies and some. I love that. And I'm looking at these and I'm like, yo, could you take a chance there, Super 7? Because if Trendmasters did it in the 90s because of Godzilla, then why can't we do it now?
Because it's a different time and shit was a lot cheaper to make back in the day.
Yeah, I guess that's fit. Is that because of tariffs?
That's because of everything under the sun. Tariffs, material costs, everything.
Oh. It's funny how we come back full circle to Gamera, because it is his 60th anniversary, so we got to give it up to the big turtle right there. You know what I mean? Like, look, Gamera was probably the first turtle that I saw where I was like, oh, it's a giant turtle. This is awesome. And then the Ninja Turtles came out and I forgot all about Gamera. Right? Like, I was like, oh, yeah, these are the turtles I want in my life.
Yes.
And yet Super 7 does those. I'm still baffled. I'm baffled. Uncle Todd, please hear my prayer.
Oh, my God.
Dear Uncle Todd, I seen what you did with Kong. I see what you're doing with Godzilla. Could you imagine, Uncle Todd, if you just got this random-ass license because you're losing the DC shit and you could just make some Gamera shit? Please, Uncle Todd, listen to me. Make it so.
Bro, Uncle Todd doing anything with kaiju is just...
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. I need to buy that Flash Titano fucking figure. I really do.
I need that Godzilla versus Superman set like right now.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as that goes up for pre-order, that's a done deal. That's a done deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a done deal. I was mad that I was still waiting for my pre-order, and I saw that shit in Target right in front of me, and I was like, I could buy this right now and cancel my pre-order and save myself a couple of dollars shipping.
I would have done that.
Yeah, but I'm stupid. I didn't do it. I'm stupid.
It's all good.
Listen, that will fucking do it here, brother. I mean, would you not want any of these fucking Gamera figures?
I'd buy each and every single one of them. I would.
We saw Super 7 already doing ultimate Trendmaster figures. The Space Godzilla, the fucking burning Godzilla. You know, like they're there.
They are. They absolutely are.
And I don't care.
Godzilla.
I don't care if these are ultimates or not, man. Like, oh God, the reaction line is my favorite fucking toy line right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna go say that. That's why I'm saying Super 7. You're already giving the people what they want, but please, for the love of God, give the people what they want. You could blind box Gamera, Kumonga, Kamakarus, all of those motherfuckers. You can blind box the shit out of them. Don't blind box the Gargantuas though, because that right there I think is a fucking. You two box them. You do it like Outcast. Did you see the motherfucking Outcast? Fucking hey y'all and oh my God, oh Jesus Christ, Stankonia.
It escapes me.
It's dope. I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, that's a perfect fucking 2-pack. I will buy that Outcast 2-pack. The Love Box, the Love Movement, or the Love Below, whatever it was called, and something box, speaker box. They were doing those figures. Anyhow, Do that with the Gargantuas. Put two out. Put a 2-pack out. Come on. Super 7.
Yeah, even if you make that an exclusive, I'll fucking buy it.
War of the Gargantuas is a fucking movie that everybody knows and loves. I don't give a fuck what people might say. They do. They know. They love it. Their kids love it. It's just a perfect time to give me the fucking...
It's one of the best Toho Tokusatsu films.
It really is. It really is.
Absolutely.
And apparently I got my daughter's name from that movie, which honestly I didn't even know until after I named her that, and I watched it again. I go, oh my God. But I digress. That's 2. That's 2 more than we did all fucking episode on Friday. We had 0 digressions.
Damn.
Yep.
Fuck, I have to drink.
Jesus. But listen, that'll do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank, Rob, seriously. I want to thank you for fucking hanging out with me for this hour and a half, yapping about Gamera, Godzilla, and figures. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you for having me on and keeping it going because honestly, bro, we're sitting back, we're tossing back brews, we're having a good time, we're chatting. It's always a good fucking time, and I'm already looking forward to next Friday.
Oh, God. Next Friday, we got a lot to talk about, for the love of God. This morning alone, my phone blew up, and I was like, I guess I got every fucking topic for next Friday.
Fire!
Shit. It's crazy.
And I have it on good authority that next week is going to be a heavy flow week on news, so...
Oh, God. I'm going to have to eat before I drink. Ah!
Yeah, you're going to have to fire up the fucking grill and everything because, boy, it's not looking like an easy day on Friday so far.
Well, that's a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Right? Did I do that right? I think I did it right. I never do that, but I'm going to do it. I don't care. If you liked what you heard, man, come back. We'll hang out. Everybody here. So I want to thank again. Thank you, Rob.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. That's
and thanks everybody out there that fucking joined us, commented, did what they did here. Listen, this is the Godzilla Block Party. We'll see you Friday for the Geek Out. We are out of here. A peace.
Big peace.